They love that stuff. They eat that right up because that's a signal for them that you are a valuable candidate. You're kind of creating a bit of a bidding war. In this video, I want to talk about what to do when you finally get your first callback from a top tech company, what it means, and exactly how to react. My name is Alex. I was a group PM at Google for 4 years. I was a top interviewer there. I've reviewed thousands of resumes, interviewed hundreds of candidates, and inside PCA, I meet with proactive, experienced PMs just like you every day, and I'm going to be sharing some of their stories in these videos whenever there's a broader lesson that could be useful to other PMs. Just got back from a one-on-one with a client who got his first callback from a big tech company, and then right after that, a few days later, he got his second callback from a big tech company after trying for a number of months to actually get some traction on this. He heard back from Meta, he heard back from Apple, both companies that would be on the top of his list, and one of them being a dream company for him. First, what does it mean to get the first callback? It means that you're now operating on that first level. There are two big mountains to climb in this top tech product management game. The first one is actually getting your foot in the door, actually getting a callback, someone from top tech to actually call you back, a recruiter, hiring manager, anyone that actually considers your resume and thinks you might be good enough to continue on to the interview. This is usually a tough mountain to scale, especially if you have no recognizable companies on your resume to begin with. So people kind of don't know that you've done it before. It's that catch-22. How do you get into top tech without having top tech on your resume in the first place? What I always say is let that be the switch that now changes inside you, that you now know you're on that level. One callback means you can get 10, 20, 30 callbacks, means every top tech company should be on your list because largely they look for the same thing. They look for general abilities. Yes, experience as well, but aptitude overall and being a strong product manager across the board. And if you got a callback, that means that you do have what they're looking for. If you were to get a callback from the NFL from one team, chances are there would be other teams that might be interested in you, not just the one. You're just at that level. And this is an important distinction because sometimes candidates will put those companies on a pedestal, and when they get that one callback, they really focus on that one interview. They put all their eggs in one basket, and then that's it. And usually the pass rate is pretty low. For PCA members, it's generally higher, but still it's not a guarantee. So you don't want to get in your head up in the clouds about this. You really want to instead use it as a signal that you can operate at that level. You should go and do outreach, applications, customized emails, messages to recruiters and hiring managers so that you can get more of these top tech companies on your actual calendar for interviews. When you get this callback, if you already are close to potentially getting an offer with other companies, you may be tempted to say, hey, I already am close to the offer. Can we really kick this conversation off with the recruiter? And often the recruiter will ask you, hey, do you have any other offers or conversations you're doing? And if you say, yeah, I'm expecting an offer any day or like within a week, the big tech recruiter might say, I don't think we should proceed because this is big tech. So things move slowly. Even if we try to push things through as fast as we can, it's still going to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks sometimes. Like this whole process could take a long time. And you don't want to appear like you're out of reach for these recruiters. And also recruiters don't want to just kind of take on the responsibility for having you turn down another offer just for the chance to maybe get this job, which they know is a very low odds of success to begin with. So you have to be careful in your conversation. You have to say, you know what, I do have other offers that are potentially going to come in, but I can delay it such that I have the opportunity to interview with this company because Apple, Google, Meta, whatever is one of the top companies that I'm interested in, and I don't want to ruin the opportunity. I don't want to ruin the chance, and I definitely want to give it a shot. And secondly, if that actually does happen to you, you get your first call back from top tech, but you already have some interviews that you're deep in conversation with. Try to delay those. Delay and let them know that you need a little bit of extra time. The negotiation process can also drag on even if you do get the offer. You can actually use this to your advantage and extend the negotiation process so you talk for 2 or 3 weeks or delay it as long as you need so that you don't have to make a decision of having to say no to a certain offer before you get a certain yes from another offer. So you have to play both sides. You have to tell the companies that are interested you need more time. You have to tell the recruiters from these big tech companies that you're ready to go and you're willing to slow things down with the other companies. But you have to do a third thing, which is apply for more big tech companies now that you know that you can get a callback from one. If you've got callback from one, especially if you're in a top geography, you should try over the next 2-3 weeks to do everything you can to get in front of other recruiters and hiring managers for other top tech companies. Make a list of your favorite 20, 40, 50, 60, and reach out to them. And with each one, you can tell them, hey, I've already got an interview with Meta or Apple or Google coming up, but I'd really love to work with you as well. So it would be great if we could chat in the next week or two. They love that stuff. They eat that right up because that's a signal for them that you are a valuable candidate. You're kind of creating a bit of a bidding war. If you don't have these companies on your resume already, then you're not getting a lot of the recognizability that they bestow upon the candidates when you're submitting the resume. But if you got interviews lined up there, it's as good as having worked there in the past, because you could just say that, hey, I've got an interview. Let's chat soon. And they will call you back. As long as you're being concise and relevant with your messaging, your emailing, your LinkedIn contact. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is focusing on your efforts and inputs as opposed to outcomes and results. Anytime you are on this high top of funnel quest where you have to do a lot of touch points with a lot of different people, it feels like pushing a boulder uphill. So it's very, very difficult. So I really just recommend at focusing on putting one foot in front of the other. You have to do a lot of top of funnel stuff. You have to talk to a lot of people, send a lot of applications, do a lot of manual stuff or maybe automated stuff with AI, but you're still doing a lot of repetitive actions. And I would focus on taking those actions as much as you need to and with as high quality as you can, as opposed to thinking, oh, I didn't get a call back this week, I must have been bad. That's not really how I think about it. If you did everything you needed to this week and you need everything you need to next week and the week after that, then you're bound to see results eventually. But if you're focused only on results, you might get discouraged. You might feel like, oh, I've worked for a week or 2 weeks on nothing. I didn't get anything from it. You become sad, depressed, upset, and that leads to a spiral with you doing less and less and less. But if instead you focus on success being the input metrics, then every week is great for you as long as you do the actions that you need to do. And I was speaking with my client today, and we want to be as neutral as possible. When things are bad because we're not getting callbacks, that's okay, we do the work. But when things are good and we are getting callbacks from these top tech companies, we don't celebrate, we still do the work. So we ignore the lows and we ignore the highs and keep it stable. And I'm learning this together with you at the same time. I have the same situation in business and in life. The highs you want to celebrate, but the lows are very painful. We want to really even these things out as much as possible. The way we think about the job search is it's a marathon, and you need a marathon mindset in order to do it well. And the last thing I want to say here is that I love seeing these like exciting moments for people when they realize that they're going all in into the next phase, the next step in their career. They know it's going to be hard. They know that it's the only way that they're going to actually push through and do work that they feel more excited about, that pays them way, way more, and that puts them on a track to open up additional possibilities for them as their career continues. So if you're interested in landing your next job, we'd love to talk with you. You can use the link in the description to schedule time to speak with our team. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I answer every single question. Sometimes I'll do a whole video on it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.